In life, in life, I gotta tell you, right? The most difficult thing to do in life is to be different. The most difficult thing in life is to be different because a lot of people, a lot of individuals will want you to follow their lead. You know what I mean? This is what worked for me. This is what made me successful. And even though they are not wrong, they're not wrong for saying that. They're not wrong for believing in that. But how do you know that's going to work for you? Okay, you try that. You don't get the same result. What do you do then? That's when I say, be different, become rich. Do you feel? We about to chop it up. We about to chop this one up, man. Huh? I am Sean B. Stoller. I'm in the building, huh? We're gonna have a good time tonight. You know, I'm telling you. Because if you think about it, right? If you think about it, when you was younger, when you was in high school, you know, when you was coming up, even for myself, right? Coming up in high school or junior high, you have a group of friends, and it's nothing wrong having friends. There's nothing wrong working to a common goal. Nothing wrong with any of that, right? But as you get older, right? Well, let's backtrack. As you coming up, right? You in high school, let's be honest, right? You want to kind of wear the most trending things. You know what I mean? Everybody wearing Jordans. When everybody's wearing Jordans, for me, I was a regular Nike guy. I mean, of course, my mama couldn't afford to buy all those Jordans, but even with that being said, I was always a little bit different. You know what I mean? I used to like to wear you know what I'm saying, the Tims. I'm from the Bay Area. I used to wear boots in high school. You know what I'm saying? I had a couple of Nikes, but I used to like wear boots and stuff like that. That's what I used to like to wear. So in a way, I was being different even back then. Because the common thing to wear was Nikes, man. When I came up, Nikes. Adidas was cool, Converse was cool, but Nikes, Jordans were very popular. You know what I'm saying? And in high school, right? Most of us, myself included, you wanted to be kind of, you know what I mean? You want to be part of the cool crowd to a degree. You know what I'm saying? Most of us wanted that. And at that age, right? When you in school, this is where you start to find yourself. This is kind of like the steps. Now you know, as a, even before that, junior high, but really once you get to high school, this is when you really start to really find certain things that you like, right? And when I say things that you like, I'm talking about yourself, right? And unfortunately, some people don't figure it out until later on. As you continue going through your journey in life, you get out of high school, you had these group of friends. Y'all think y'all gonna be cool. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna be friends to the end. I'm your friend to the end. You feel me? And, once you graduate high school, right? Some people go to college, some people go into the military, some people go to trade school, and some women, unfortunately, having babies. It's not an unfortunate thing because, beautiful kids, but at a young age, hey, that's a different conversation. But we're not going to get into that tonight. But my whole point of saying all that is this: everybody have an idea of how they want their life to go, right? But unfortunately, from my experience, the ones who really successful, the ones who really get after they dreams, they goals, they passions, what they really want to do in life and find a way to make that, financially stable for themselves or really put them to another level in life is when you can think outside the box, when you can look at certain situations and find a way to make it be beneficial for you. To me, those are the great ones. And that's part of you being different. You know what I'm saying? Because we can all of us can look at the same exact item, but not all of us are going to have the same vision of what they're looking at. What do you mean by that, Sean B. Stoller? What I'm saying is, yeah, you could be looking at something. Let's say it's a paper bag, right? Brown paper bag. You can just be focusing on what are we looking at? It's a brown paper bag. Okay, that's true. Anything else? Okay. I'm the type to look at the brown paper bag and say, okay, it's brown, but what's in the bag? You feel me? Like, why is that bag so important for all of us to look at? Is it something significant about that bag? You feel me? So that's what I'm saying. So it's like you got to have a different mentality on how you see things, how you view things. Because the way I look at it, right? The way I look at things, it's like I always try to figure out, why is this something I need to look at? Why is this so important for me to look at this thing or want to become this thing? Huh? Y'all following me? So what I learned in life, right? If you look at the people who are very successful, if you really look at the core of them individuals, right? What really set them apart is that they look at a situation, but they don't just look at it as everybody else do. They look at it where they try to figure out what's the positive in this situation, what's the negative in this situation, of course, but also they trying to figure out how they can make this thing work for them, you know? And I just personally feel like when everybody is going right, I want to go left. You feel me? I'm just always been that type of guy. Like, I don't like just following the pack all the time. Now, of course, if you got a great idea, you know what I'm saying, and I see it's beneficial for me, or I feel like, you know what, are you a trustworthy? I feel like you gain my trust. Okay, I'll rock with you. But in general, right? I'm the type, I don't like to follow trends. I don't like to just follow things because this is what everybody doing. You know what I mean? And for me, in my life, my experience, every successful situation I had is when I thought different, when I wanted to be different than what the average or what you know what I'm saying, what most people would do. You know what I'm saying? Even in working, right? Some people be like, man, 40 hours is too much. I'm trying to figure out how to work more hours. What's the maximum amount of hours I can work a week? It's crazy. I know some people that'll work at a job and don't even know, like they look at their schedule, right? They say you work Monday through Friday. Let's say you work Monday through Friday, you work, let's say 6 hours a day. Some people won't even ask questions of, hey, if I need to work extra hours, what's the process of that? If I want to pick up another shift, how do I do that? A lot of people don't even ask those type of questions. I'm the type where, okay, if you telling me I only can work 30 hours a week, okay, is there some other work I can do? What other options do I have? What position do you work? What did it take for you to get to this position? Like, I'm that type of individual. You know what I'm saying? I'm always looking at, okay, I'm gonna deal with what I'm dealing with right now, but I'm also looking to elevate. So if I'm working at a job and, okay, let's say it ain't paying that much. Okay, what other opportunity does this job offer? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. So if you want to be successful in life, in my opinion, you have to be different. You have to move different. You feel me? And that's a hard thing to do, especially when you're a young adult coming up, because you want to be cool with everybody. You know, if everybody going to the club, you want to go to the club, huh? You feel me? You want to sit around, be on, play video games all day. Okay, that's cool. But at the end of the day, what do you truly want to be, or what you want to do? When are you going to spend time on that? When are you going to build upon that? You feel me? So that's my thing. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I feel like for you to be great, right? For you to step into your greatness, it takes a whole lot of, being different, and not accepting the norm, not being the norm, not just looking at things for what it is. You got to look beyond that, or look at, okay, this is a good stepping stone, but okay, I know I want to do something bigger than this. So I'm gonna devote my time to this while I'm here, but when I'm not here, I'm doing something else so I can continue to elevate in life. See, that's the difference. Some people just take it for what it is. That's why I don't pay attention to, when they talk about statistics and all that, because I feel like I'm bigger than that. I don't care what your statistics say. Okay, this job only paying this much. Okay, that's cool. I'm not going to be here forever. You feel me? This is just something to help me for what I need right now, you know? And that's the thing that, I feel like some people get confused, or they look at things like they say, you're looking at a glass half full. You're not looking at the bigger picture. So for you to be super successful in your life, you have to be different, think different, and that's when you start to step into your greatness. And that's when you become rich. Maybe not financially yet, but mentally. You rich in the mind. You rich in your thoughts and your behaviors on how you want more, how you want to achieve more. You feel me? I feel like that get lost. Is all it's going to be easy? Absolutely not. Are you going to have issues? You're going to have things that detour you? Absolutely, yes. Are some people not going to believe in you? Yes, that is true. A lot of people won't believe in you. A lot of people didn't believe in the half-bitten apple, and look what Apple is today. You feel me? A lot of these social media platforms were created in people garages, at their parents' house. You feel me? And look where these social media platforms are at today. So, but the key to this is you. When you trying to build whatever you build, and whether you want to be an entrepreneur, you looking to get advancement and job opportunity, whatever you trying to do, you trying to be in a, you know what I'm saying, some type of music industry, actor, whatever, entertainer, athlete, whatever you want to do, you can be that. But you first got to believe in you first. And for you to really elevate in life, you have to be different. Because everybody gonna follow the pack. It's like, you ever driving on the freeway, right? It's like, I see it all the time. If I'm driving on the freeway or on the street, everybody will follow in the same lane. It'll be two other lanes wide open. But most people will just follow behind the car that's in front of them. Me, I'm dipping over to the left. I'm dipping over to the right. You feel me? I'm trying to figure out, okay, how can I weave through this? Everybody in this middle lane, everybody driving together. I'm like, man, that ain't working for me. Why all these other lanes open? I need to be in these other lanes. You feel me? And to me, that's part of the process of thinking different. It's like somebody sees somebody, going a certain direction. Everybody want to go that same direction. And I was always the opposite. I want to figure out, okay, what's this other direction? Why nobody going that way? You know what I mean? Sound like a scary movie. That's the wrong thing to do, right? But you know what I mean? It's like you got to think different, man. You gotta if you to want something different than what you're dealing with, or if you want something different than your current reality, you have to be different. You have to think different. And that's when you become rich. Maybe not physically, but mentally. You need that first. Because before you start making them real dollars, you got to have a mental capacity to be able to handle that. That's why you see so many people, if you ever do the research and you see all these people winning the lottery, somebody will win a lottery for like 100 million. In 10 years, they broke. In 10 years, they broke. You know why? Because they didn't have a mental capacity. They don't understand, you know what I'm saying, how to work their finances or who to help them with their finances because they never went through the steps in life. They got to the finish line before they even started. So now you exposed to all this different type of access that you never had in life, but you don't have the tools in life that you would have went through having that experience. So when you did get that big bag, you know how to treat it. You know how not to spend all the money. You know, this taking trips, buying all these cars, houses. Come on, man. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. You new to my channel. My name is Sean B. Stoller, man. Shout out to all my subscribers, my new subscribers. I appreciate y'all. You know what I mean? Hit that like button as you come on in. We chopping up good game tonight. Like I said, you got to be different to become rich. You got to be different, man. You can't expect to follow what everybody else is doing and you thinking it's going to help you get to another level. No, you just going to be in the same position that everybody else in. You feel me? All the great ones, man, they don't work 40 hours. You feel me? All the great ones work. Especially if you got your own business, you talking about working 40 hours a week. What is that? I know somebody with a business, man, they work 7 days a week. They open the store, close the store. Because guess what? When you first start your business, a lot of times you can't afford to hire a whole bunch of people. You know what I'm saying? You probably got a couple of family members, maybe a friend or two, but unless you got the payroll for that, you know what I mean? You have to do a lot of different things. Especially if you're shipping out merchandise, who gonna pack that merchandise? Who gonna make sure you get the contract with UPS or the USPS or whoever you're gonna have deliver your merchandise? That got to be taken care of. I'm just saying, man, it's way more than what most people think, and it take a whole lot more than 40 hours a week. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like that's nothing, man. So what I'm saying is, you gotta think different. You gotta want different to become rich. Huh? Yeah, it's one of the ones tonight, man. We're gonna have a good conversation tonight. You know what I'm saying? You gotta definitely want it. And like I said, there's no easy button in life, man. If it was an easy button, everybody that's driving in the middle lane and follow behind each other will be pressing that same button right now. You know what I mean? Everybody will be pushing that button right now. But unfortunately, that's not how life goes. And be honest with you, for the ones who super successful, They don't expect to have nothing given handed to them. They don't expect everybody to rock with them. See, that's the mentality you got to have. Every success I had in my life was for me getting out here and grinding and doing things that nobody else was willing to do. And that's why I talk so much about I don't like statistics, because your statistics is based on if I follow the same formula that everybody else was doing, how you got these statistics. You know what I mean? So if I don't follow that same exact formula, how does these statistics work for me or describe me, should I say? They don't. Because regardless if this job is only paying me 30,000 a year, is that the only job I'm gonna work at? Absolutely not. I'm gonna work two of them, maybe three jobs. So how much am I making now? So your statistics don't make sense to me. You know what I mean? Because I was reading somewhere they say the average, you know what I'm saying, person in America make 30,000 or a year. I'm like, okay, that's if you work at one job. Like, who does that in 2024? I mean, I'm just saying, unless that job is paying you well. I mean, I work a good job. I mean, I work almost 60 hours a week and I'm still looking for extra pay. It ain't that I'm not getting paid well. I get paid pretty fairly. I'm not going to lie to you. But at the same time, that ain't all I want to do. I'm still out here getting it. That's why I'm on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? This is what a passion. This is what I like to do. I like to come on here and chop up good game with y'all. You know what I mean? And do other things that I'm passionate about. Because I feel like for me personally, my work ain't done. And I never been average. I never like average pay. So I never worked average hours. I always wanted to go above and beyond. You know what I mean? Because I hate waiting for somebody to pay something for me. You know what I mean? You know, you have to wait for my mom to buy me some shoes. Man, I need to buy my own shoes. I don't like waiting. I never liked that. Once I became you know what I'm saying, young adult, I don't like waiting for somebody to do something for me. I'd rather go do it myself. That's why it's hard to buy gifts for me. You know what I'm saying? And when I'm in a relationship, it's difficult for a woman to buy me something because I buy everything that I think of. I'm sorry. Anything I think of that I really want, I just go do it. You feel me? If I ain't got the cash, I'm gonna pull out the Air Max. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Oh, and I got the gold one too. You know what I mean? I got that gold Air Max. What y'all know about that, huh? But I'm just saying though, right? If you want different, you have to think different. If you want to be super successful, to become rich, you got to be rich in the mind. You got to have strength in your mind because it ain't all about these muscles, man. It ain't all about these muscles, man. The muscles don't mean nothing when your mental capacity is trash. That's what you got to work on first. Because when you're dealing with people, especially day to day, you're dealing with different type of personalities. You know what I mean? Different people, ideologies, and however they want to move in life. And you have to deal with them, especially if you're talking about selling merchandise to people. You know, you're gonna meet all different type of individuals. Mentally, you need to be very strong. You know what I mean? Or if you're doing tedious work, you need to have a strong mental because you're going to be doing this all day, every day. You know what I mean? So you need to be rich in the mind first. Yeah. And eventually, the money gonna start coming in. It's gonna start raining money. You're gonna eventually get that big bag. And once you do get that big bag, you done got the experience behind you. So when it's time for you to really reach your full potential, you've been building this whole time. You've been getting an understanding this whole time. So when it's your time to shine, it's your time to shine. Come on, man. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? This video was built for motivation purposes only. You feel me? This is one of them ones, man. I feel good about this one. Come on now. You got to be rich in the mind first. Or you're going to be like all these individuals who win the super lottery, the mega millions. Go do your Googles on that, man. I think I seen something. This is a few years back. Somebody hit I want to say for like 200 million on the mega millions or super lotto. One of them, 10 years they was broke. How the hell you get 200 mil and you broke in 10 years? You sound like an athlete. No disrespect. I'm just saying no. You hear about a lot of athletes going broke. You feel me? And I'm like, how you go broke? You had 100 million. Because they got all the muscles. They got all the muscles when they playing sports, but they mental muscle is trash. I'm not saying all athletes is like that. I'm just saying example. That's just an example. I'm not taking no shots. It's just an example, okay? So you got to be rich in the mind first. Promise you. That's what you want to focus on while you're building yourself up. You know what I mean? It's like I think too many people want to skip the grind part. A lot of people want to skip the growth period where you have to go through your ups and downs like a roller coaster. Before you get that steady stream of income, you got to go through your building blocks. You have to go through your steps in life. Yeah. Some people may get there quicker than others. That's cool. But at least if you in the process of getting to it, you know where you want to be at. There's a lot of people can't even figure that out. You know what I mean? So you got to ask yourself, do you want to be the regular degular like everybody else? Or do you want to be different and become rich? Huh? Do you feel? That's what I'm talking about, man. I love money, man. It ain't all about the money, but it's all about the money. You know, that's another thing too. You know, when people say, "Oh man, it ain't about the money," when somebody tell you it ain't about the money, that's when it's all about the money. They lying to you, man. Do not believe that. That's like one of the biggest myths I feel like anybody can tell you. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, money isn't everything, or it's not about the money. Them be the main ones trying to sue you. Them be the main ones trying to finesse you out of your bread, but they study telling you, oh man, it ain't all about the money. Then why are you trying to steal it? Why are you trying to take my money? Why are you trying to finesse me? Trying to sell me some fake property in Atlanta. You feel me? I'm just saying, man. You feel me? Trying to get me to buy some fake property in Wakanda. You feel me? Yeah, we got this big mansion in Wakanda land. You know what I mean? In the continent of Africa, man. Just send the wire. You must be what flipping tycoon, huh? But I'm just saying, though. When somebody tell you, "Oh man, it ain't about the money," remember that Sean B. Stoller told you, man. That's when it's all about the money, man. Do not believe that. They lying to you. They trying to finesse you, get you up out of them dollars, and then turn around and tell you, "Oh man, you know money isn't everything. You know you can get some more. You know, have a good day." What? You sure, man? I might have to put some tips on you. You feel me? But I'm just saying, though, don't listen to that. Do not listen. And it's another thing too. As you starting to build up, as you starting to get dollars, you got to start recognizing people in your circle, man. Yeah, that's a whole nother thing. As you starting to bubble up, oh yeah, you're gonna have so many people. It's crazy, right? And this I'm speaking from my own experience. It's like as you start to become a little bit more successful, you'd be surprised how people just come out the woodwork. People just come out of the darkness, just like, hey, how you doing, man? Sean, what's going on with you? You know what I'm saying? It's like they can smell that new money on you. You know what I'm saying? That's like they can, oh yeah, he got new money. You know what I mean? It's like they just like zombies coming after you. You know what I mean? It's like once you start building and you start, you know what I'm saying, becoming successful, it's like people can sense that energy. And it's like you got to be careful of that because some people will be around you because they see that, you becoming something, especially, some people in relationships, you got to be careful, man. That's why it's important to find somebody you really care and want to be with before you start really getting that big bag. If I could tell you anything, my suggestion of anything, try to get you something solid before you start really making real dough. Because I only can imagine once you start making real paper, the type of relationships you're going to have. Yeah, you're probably going to have a lot of fun, but can you really trust that person you land with when they know that you're worth X amount of dollars? Now you got to figure out how to protect yourself. You got to hide this, put that in that, put that in LLCs. I mean, come on, man. So if you listen to anything I say, as you start to build yourself up, try to get you something solid along the way, not after. Because if it come after, you don't know what they coming after you for. Do you feel me? You know? Because I mean, I'm telling you, as you starting to build up, man, you start having people pop up you ain't seen in years. You ain't heard from in years. All of a sudden, you know what I mean? They all in the DMs. You know what I'm saying? They sending you messages. They even trying to link up, trying to do sneaky links. Like, whoa, hold up. So you got to be careful out here, man. And be honest with you, as you start to bubble, right? Especially to any young individual, anybody young out there, right? And you starting to get to that bag. What I suggest is do everything the opposite of what people do on social media. So if they go to all the expensive restaurants, if you dating somebody and you really got real bread, man, go to a basic place. You know what I mean? They talked about cheesecake. That's the same. That's why I would take a chick. If I was single right now and you know what I mean? And you coming into real money, I'll be like, man, I wouldn't be thinking about no juicy crab, no Benihanas. No, we ain't going to none of that. We about to go to IHOP. You feel me? You know what I mean? We gonna go to IHOP. We gonna go to okay, the most expensive place I'll take somebody to is Cheesecake Factory. Uh and the thing of it is, it's not that I can't afford to take you other places, but I want to see what your mental capacity is. Do you feel me? You know what I mean? Because it's like I done built myself up to a certain level in life. So if I'm gonna bring you into my world, you feel me? Because I'm the one with the bag. I'm sorry. You coming into my world, I need to know what I'm working with. I understand your mouth game may be cool. You might got that Aquafina. That's cool. But what about your mental game? How cool is that? So if I was, you know what I mean, if I was young and popping and getting to a bag, I wouldn't even take a chick to a nice spot. I would take them to like just a regular type restaurant, just to see how they react. You feel me? Because it's not that you don't have the money, you just want to see what you working with. I feel like too many people worry about the physical. You need to start learning the mental, man. Especially for the guys out here, man. Women, I feel like most women are designed. That's part of their DNA is that the mental game is for most of them, you not all, but most of them, you know what I mean? They know how to work that mental on you, man. So for my guys, you got to strengthen up and have discipline and start not looking not looking for the seeing what the physical do. You need to figure out what that mental do. You feel me? You need to work on that mental, see what she working with, and vice versa. Women, same thing. You dating a guy, you know what I'm saying? You need to figure out what type of mental you dealing with. Is he really, does he produce in life? That's important too. Because as a grown man, you're supposed to produce. You're supposed to make things shake, and make sure the house is running a certain type of way, you know? So I just personally feel like we all get tested in different ways, right? Your job is going to test you. You know what I mean? Whoever you're employed for, whoever you have business dealings with, you will be tested. Even if you own a business, the customers are going to test you. You feel me? So why you don't do that when it comes to your personal life? I'm not saying you got to send them through like a gauntlet type thing. You know what I mean? This ain't no flavor of love or nothing like that. That ain't what I'm saying. I'm just saying for the fact that I may have this amount of money, but what if I one day I don't have that money? Would you still want to be around? So let me test you by going to the regular degular spots, going to the common eateries just to see what I'm working with. See if she gonna get an attitude like, oh, why we going here? Because what happens one day I can't afford to go to the Benihana's and all these expensive, you know what I'm saying, restaurants and taking trips all the time. We've got to buckle down and really just, you feel me? And it's just me and you. That's all we got. Can I depend on you like you depend on me? Maybe not in the same way, but at least be able to be a support, be my support system. That's important too. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. There's some rules and regulations that comes with this. You know what I mean? There's some terms and conditions that come with me, huh? Come on now. That's important too. You know what I mean? You gotta have rules and regulations out here, man. Because once you start getting that big bag, man, that's when everybody come out the woodworks. That's when you're gonna have haters. You have the most haters when you got the most success in life. You know? And sometimes the people that hate on you, the most people who hate on you the most be the ones who around you the most. You know what I mean? Because they feel so entitled. Because they remember when you didn't have much. Now that you got it, it's like, oh man, why you can't do this? Why you can't do that? That's because I got other business ventures. I got things I have to make sure, I keep a certain balance just in case certain things happen. So I feel like a lot of times, a lot of the hate comes from people that's around you the most because they know what your day to day is. And if they not for you, if they really not truly there with you, that's when they cause the most problems for you. Do you feel me? You know what I'm saying? That's when they cause the most problems because they was never with you for the right reasons to begin with. You know what I mean? They wasn't with you for the right reasons. So you got to remember that. You know what I'm saying? Because once you start climbing up that success ladder, I'm telling you, that's when you're going to see the most, you know what I mean? You're going to get the most traction ever. You're going to have the most people trying to holler at you the most when you start climbing up that success ladder. And then don't let you really start getting a hefty bag in life. Don't tell me you start getting up, you know what I mean? Making 6 figures, 7 figures, you really tapping in. Oh man, I only could imagine what type of opportunity comes your way at that point. So that's why I say, man, you get tested in life just being you and just you trying to build upon what you want to do with your life. you need to start testing people around you to make sure they worthy to be around you. And that ain't that ain't me trying to be like I'm all that, but at the same time, man, when you build something, see, it's a difference when you worked hard to get something and when you just inherit something. For some people, they don't know how to treat it. I can tell you this: when you worked hard to get whatever you have, whether it's a car, some jewelry, some property, whatever it is, you're going to appreciate that a whole lot more than when somebody is handing you something because you know how many hours of working you have done, sacrifices you have made for you to achieve the things that you have. So most people treat that with a whole lot more respect than me just saying, huh, here you go. You know? So that's what I'm saying, man. You know what I'm saying? Be different and become rich. What Rick Ross say, rich forever. You feel me? You can be rich forever, but it first start with your mental first, man. You gotta have your mental game right out here, man. There's so many distractions. There's so many things that people try to finesse you with. You gotta be prepared to get out here in this world, man. You know what I mean? Because once you start making real paper, you become the real target. Yeah, you become the real target, man. You got people trying to find a way to scam you, sue you, all type of crazy madness, man. So you got to know how to move out here in these streets, man. Some people that sit up and pocket watch everybody, so they know how much they can guesstimate how much you make, and you know some of them be able to get your, if you got a private jet. I just found that out. Some of these people are able to get your destination where you going with private jets you on. I mean, it's like, wow, you got way too much time on your hands to find out what person is flying in certain jets and where they flying to and all this stuff. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Somebody got spend all of they whole day just to find out what somebody else is doing. And you not even getting paid for it. Come on, man. That's why I say, man, you got haters everywhere, and you got people who just once they see that you make or they see that you super successful, you became very popular. Some people be so intrigued with that, where they just spend all their time just to see what you doing. And they not even getting paid for it. Come on, man. You know, that's one thing I couldn't tell you, man. I don't know nothing about that life because I'll tell you this. I've been saying it for a while. When you out here and you trying to get to where you trying to get in life, a lot of times you don't have time to be worrying about what everybody else is doing. You really don't. Because the thing that you're trying to build takes so much of your time. You really don't have time for nothing else unless you have kids, you know. You got to make time for them. Your relationship, yeah, you got to make time for that. But outside of that, all your other time is mostly focusing on that thing that you want to create, build, and cultivate. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Because you really don't have time. That's how, to be honest with you, that's how you can tell if somebody really got something going on in life. If somebody can tell you a whole bunch of information what somebody else is doing, that's a big red flag for me. Because now I'm looking at that person who telling me all this information. Man, what do you do all day? You know what I mean? Because you're not even getting paid for this, but you can tell me what somebody else is doing all day, every day. Like, okay, you really got a lot of time on your hands. When do you go to work? How do you make income? Like, what are you doing? You feel me? Like, that's a major red flag for me because I'm like, I'm kind of confused. You spend all this time, you got all this information about somebody else that you don't even know, a complete stranger. But yet you want to tell me all this information. Okay, that's cool and all, but how do you get paid? You feel me? I'm just saying, man. Everybody I know that's out here popping and got things moving for themselves, they don't be having a lot of time for just frivolous type situations. You know what I mean? They don't have a lot of time to just be wasting worrying about what somebody else got going on when it doesn't affect their bottom line and it's not some type of business opportunity they can get out of the deal. So it's like, what am I really doing? You know what I mean? So be real leery of those type of individuals where they can sit up and tell you what the next person doing all day, every day, and they not getting paid for it. I can see if you was getting paid like you're a reporter or something. You know what I'm saying? But if you ain't getting paid for it, but yet you can tell me what somebody else is doing all day, I'm gonna be looking at you side eye because I'm a hustler, man. I'm always working. I got things going on. I'm trying to get this popping, doing this, gotta go here to there. Man, I'm everywhere, man. I can't be concerned what you got going on. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. You gotta really be on your business, man. Don't be concerned what they got going on unless it's beneficial for you. You feel me? Because it's ridiculous out here. You know? So stay after your bread. Stay moving out here. Gotta stay grinding, stay motivating, and stay elevating. And just know when they start hating, that mean that you already in your greatness bag. You just gotta continue executing the play and become different and get rich. Become rich. Stay rich. When you got that hustler mentality, when you have that hustler energy, and that I will not lose type of mentality, I promise you, you will have success. You may not see it right away, but you will have it at some point. You just got to stay down long enough for you to see it. You know what I mean? So I want to thank y'all for watching this live tonight. I will be back tomorrow night. All this week, y'all can check me out, Sean B. Stola. I'm going live. Was did it since yesterday. Today, what, Tuesday? So Monday through Friday, I'm dropping a live every single night. So I will be back tomorrow around 9:30. And I appreciate y'all time, man, because it's important. This sometimes this is what it takes, man. Sometimes you just gotta go in and really do you and don't worry about what they think of you. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, what you don't do, what you should have been, what you don't do and what you should have done, you don't want to be that. You want to be the person that's a doer. Get after your goals, get after your dreams, be passionate about it, be dedicated to it, and continue to pursue it. You feel me? You know what I mean? And let the haters hate, man. You continue to be great and let the haters hate. Be different and become rich. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Be different and become rich. How that sound to you? How does that sound, man? You just gotta be willing to stay down, man. Stay down till you come up. You know what I mean? See, a lot of people start off quick. You know what I mean? They start off quick. Oh yeah, I'm about to do it. I'm about to do it. It's like, when New Year's hit, when January hit, oh yeah, I'm about to lose some weight. Yeah, they go to the gym. But by late February, late February, early March, they ain't been to the gym in about 3 weeks. By June 1st, oh man, I'm gonna have to wait the next year. So don't be that don't be that person, don't be that individual. Stay grinding, stay motivated, stay elevating. You know what I mean? And keep your mind strong. Have strength in the mind. The physical is cool, but you need your mental game right. You feel me? So be different, become rich, and stand in your greatness. I am Sean B. Stoll. Until next time, peace, y'all. I appreciate y'all. See you tomorrow.